All right. We were muted and didn't even know it.
Yeah. All right. That's not
Oh,
problem at all.
okay. Well, it's fine, right? You want to start or just go live?
And also we got 50 more minutes in that card.
Okay. So we can wait a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We have two viewers live. Where you at? Who are you?
Who that
What's
be?
going in? What's going on?
Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that?
Who that? Who that? Who? Who that? Trying to get up in my crew.
So there's a song I've been looking for the longest. It's
Mhm.
called "We're All the Way Live." We're all the way live. You never heard the song before?
You're gonna keep looking.
I tried to Google it. It didn't work.
It did the same look.
I mean, because it's just a very common phrase. The chorus is "We're all the way live. We're all the way live."
What type of song is it?
I don't know. It's a hip hop song.
What's up?
I'm getting the vibes of like Coolio. I'm assuming. It feels.
Well,
very
yeah, I would never be
Coolio-ish.
able to tell you.
I only know two.
Hey,
Coolio songs.
LaShonda. Hey, Kenna. Kenna from NY. What's up?
Yo, Kenna, we are behind. Kenna's supposed to help me out.
Skate
with my,
song. It's a skate song.
Thank you. What
Never
is
heard
it?
of it.
What is it called? Is it called Skate Song, or is it called what's the group?
Please help him because I ain't never heard
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, me and Ken are supposed to be doing 3,000 push-ups this month.
3,000 this month.
Yeah, we supposed
How
to do
how
it.
many y'all got so far?
We haven't done any.
Because it's 5 days in, basically 6.
Yeah, so we have to do like 120 a day to catch up. So we'll do 3,000 in December.
Okay, well.
You heard that song, folks?
Keena, my bad. Keena.
Yeah, I've been calling her Kenna too.
Well, I grew up with a girl named Kenna, spelled the same way. But it's Keena, and I like Keena.
Keena. Hey.
Hey, Moyo.
Moyo. Hey, like and twills, come on with the Detroit Old English D. What? What did I say?
I don't know what you said. But
What
that's
did I say?
funny.
Old English.
The Old English D.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Detroit because you said, "Come on with the Detroit Old English D." No, this is just for Dion. I got this Saturday. I'm trying to get all the D's. Pause. If I can get like Detroit, Tigers, and then like there's a Dayton hat I want to get. But they all D's.
What's your obsession? Never mind. Yep. Never mind. Yep.
As you said.
Yeah.
It's called
Never mind.
Funk and the
It's called
Funk, and it's by Lakeside. Gotcha.
I'm glad y'all could help out because I had no idea what y'all talking about.
Yeah, I gotta find that song, man, because that was the song I'm looking for. Anytime we go live, I gotta promote it on Instagram, and it's great to have that part right there. We're all the way live.
Y'all can tell I didn't go to skating rinks as a kid.
Okay, let me do this right now. This is for them.
For who? For them?
You got to commit to this, all right?
For me? What am I? I'm
Yes, you
committing?
got to commit to this.
You just said it was for them.
We both can't sing.
Okay.
We both can't sing.
But I'm really.
You sound fabulous?
I sound fabulous.
I want, because we did this before, I want to see who has the better Usher Superstar opening.
No, why do we do another Usher song that I know I can sing?
No, just the beginning part. Clear your throat.
Excuse me.
I'll go first. Here we go. Because we did this before.
Spicy's here. Zumper's here.
The lag pack up in here. They play Onyx in the skating rinks on the Bronx. Are you saying that's the type of music you played in Bronx? Versus and this is it. Speaking of push-ups, trainer tried to kill me the other day. 50 push-ups in one day. I hate them. That's not bad.
Real push-ups though? Like, was it real? Like, or was it the modified on your knees? Like, what version of push-ups are we doing? I mean, push-ups. 20 is a workout.
I mean, nonstop.
10 is pushing it for your girl.
Well,
5, let's be
your
like
boy's
5.
pushing some numbers on his body. All right, my body is. I'm certain that the mass of my body is triple a lot of the people in this comment section. 50's not bad at all, yo. I gotta get mine.
Are we doing this before I go to this?
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Because me and Twill's been going back and forth for who sound better when it comes to this.
Who sounds least worse?
All right, here we go. I'm talking to y'all, but it's right here. Here we go.
Oh,
This is, huh?
Yeah.
You know what?
Before I press play, go ahead.
Yeah, here we go. Usher, Superstar. This one's for you. You go for it.
I wish I went first because you messed me up. I can't even hear it.
How?
I can't even hear it anymore. I don't even know what it is.
I gotta play it for you.
Yes.
No, you do not. You
It
love
was so-
Usher.
No.
It was
I
that bad?
Yes. The reality. You know when somebody's like dancing off beat and you like, what's the beat? That messed me up.
So if you get to hear it, I get to hear it too.
Yeah, maybe that's what like maybe like how they do the so you can get your note. That's what should have happened. Yeah, let's get you that.
Yeah, and do them tonight right after this live. Absolutely. I'll do it on the live. I'll do my 100 push-ups on the live.
Let's see.
Being able to sing.
Okay, Ashley, I don't need you to talk.
No, you gotta do the actual song.
I'm getting to it.
No, why you gotta do the live version?
It was helping, so you could hear how he did it. My number one. Go ahead.
Are you gonna go again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One second, guys. 1 second.
No, you can't. Why'd you get?
Okay. Oh, we gotta go live.
No, do it, Twilla. You said your voice sounds better than mine.
It do. Everybody can tell.
No, you haven't said nothing yet. Come on. Be vulnerable.
I rapped for y'all. last time.
No, come on. First of all, it's not even ooh. It's not even ooh. It's not ooh. It's come on, keep going. What is happening? Now you purposely trying to lose. So the fact that she's purposely trying to lose, can y'all please let them know?
So you don't understand what happens when I get placed in front of people.
There's nobody in front of
my
you.
My vocal cords get constricted.
These are bots.
These are people. We know them. And so my
bots.
vocal cords get constricted. But you know I be singing. I can sing in the shower really well.
But the point
and in my car. But
when we are in the car together and we did this challenge, you said, Dion, I sound much better than you.
And at that time, I probably did.
And you said, if someone had to choose, we both sound bad, but if we had to choose, they will.
At that time, that was probably 100% true, is what I'm trying to say.
What I'm trying to
you throwing me on the spot right now.
Can y'all please let them know who won this challenge? Who sound the least worse?
I'm not doing this with you, Dion. Guess what we finna do?
No, the problem is.
Guess what we finna do?
Go for it.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Press record.
Oh my God.
You started off wrong with the ooh.
Yes.
Because he says,
You know I don't do stuff like this.
he literally says,
You will do this in front of everybody. Like, you are a comedian. You get on stage and you act foolish in front of people.
You need to get comfortable.
That's what I'm saying. Like, my vocal cords got constricted.
Nothing about being you.
My vocal cords got constricted.
Get uncomfortable. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
No, that sounds bad.
No, you got to.
It sounds like a bad idea.
Comfortable with being uncomfortable. Y'all already drew y'all pictures of being. Come on, man. Kid clip. Not everyone can hit that. Yeah, it's a difficult. That's why we did it. Kid clip.
Rolling.
We are rolling on the big camera above. Hurt
all my bones in that.
Beep, bop, beep, bop, beep, 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 beep. That note is hard even for the seasoned singers. Yeah, that's the whole point of us doing it. Push-ups is hard for the strongest person. But we gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? She said, "Oh boy, that was great." Y'all be gassing twirls up, man. Anywho.
You got to get you some people, get you some friends,
Anywho, welcome back to another fantastic episode of Rack with Twills and / _.
Oh my gosh, here we go again.
Amperstamp.
Say it again.
Marsupicals.
Y'all.
Marsupicals.
Let me tell y'all. I'm telling y'all right now. We had a game night. My sister and I had a game night at our place yesterday. Invited some friends over, so Dion comes through.
Cocaine.
One of the games we played was Brilliant or BS, which is a dope game created by some people we know.
Please pick it up on Target.
Yep.
Worldwide.
Brilliant or BS.
Brilliant or BS.
And pretty much the idea is for you to ask you trivia questions. The idea is to convince the judge that you know the answers to these questions. You could be wrong, you could be right, whatever. Dion, so you have to give an explanation to why you know this is correct. Dion was like, well, I happen to know this because many people don't know the marsupials. This man was trying to say marsupials.
And they ain't let me finish.
They just gave him BS right away.
All right, he's saying it wrong. And believe it or not, I had it right.
You did.
I had it right.
You didn't have that one right.
How did I get 3 points?
You didn't get 3 points.
I got 3 points.
You got that one.
I guessed right. Which ironically, for y'all don't know, in the koala community, chlamydia is running rampant in the koala community. I know that's something y'all never gonna ever look up. I'm sure if Zup's in here, you know about the koalas. The marsupials. But yeah, chlamydia is running rampant in the koala community.
Yeah. So that was the question, and you had to defend it.
Mm-hmm.
I happen to know that because one, my brother had mentioned it, and I remember reading it. I'm gonna just put it out there. I got all my questions right.
You did?
All of them.
But you still lost it to Jeanette.
That's because she started off as she was the judge.
Okay.
So the judge has the opportunity to get more points.
Let's get into the news right now. I'm sorry. Let's do
that.
I definitely want to talk about what's happening in the news right now. How do you feel about what happened with Deion Sanders leaving Jackson State?
Oh, you're just gonna put me on the spot?
Yes, I'm putting you on the spot. Seeing that you're from HBCU.
HU, you know, I gotta do it all by myself. So yeah, I went to Howard for grad school, and you know what? I feel both sides of it. I feel like Deion Sanders bought an awareness. He went to HBCU during a time, right during the pandemic, where we're talking about racial injustice and what we could do for our own community, and highlighting like the schools that's been so important for us, and bringing the attention to Jackson State University. For those of you who don't know, Deion Sanders was the head coach for the football team at Jackson State University, and recently just announced that he'll be going to University of Colorado somewhere. So he brought all this attention. He poured a lot of money. He got a lot of money going into the school. He got some huge recruits. That's a huge thing.
Yeah.
So he got some huge recruits
and sponsors
for the school. in my opinion, I kind of wish he stayed a little bit longer. Like, I understand 100% the money because he wasn't making money at Jackson State.
At all.
He wasn't making money. Matter of fact, because he didn't finish his time there, he actually has to pay some money to Jackson State after he contributed half of it to the school already. But that's neither here nor there. I say that because he recruited some big, like big names. And one of the things as student athletes, like, I think it's important that you kind of like at least have the opportunity to play with your coach for a period, especially like if those kids were like, a lot of those kids weren't making a commitment to the school, although the paper commitment was to the school. They were doing it for the opportunity to play with Coach Sanders.
Right.
And so,
Coach Prime.
So for the kids, I wish that he had stayed a little bit longer. I understand there's opportunities. There's Black kids at every school at PWIs. I went to University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, so I do know the importance of seeing Black people at these non-Black institutions. But yeah, for the kids, I wish he stayed a bit longer. For the young people, they're not kids.
Right. I mean, one man can't change this.
Right. You're not going to change the entire. So you'll see that my answer wasn't around the impact for HBCU football as a whole. It was for those kids that committed to play.
Right. For Jackson State.
Yeah.
I just wish the word gets out to other former players or people of color that has a face that is like, well known, so you can get media coverage at these smaller HBCUs. So now they can kind of say, okay, now I can kind of use the same template what Deion Sanders did.
Yeah.
And then, get some sponsorships and some money down here at these other HBCUs.
Yeah, because you don't want it to just be a trend, like, oh, for this time period, like this person went. Like, you want it to be, I think it would be dope to continue seeing a trend where some of the top football players, top recruits, choose a HBCU over another college. I know it's not always realistic, or like for people who are thinking the long term, like, well, I want to make sure I get seen, I get playing time. There's a lot of things to factor, but I wish it could continue to a point where that's not a factor. If you know what I mean.
How long you should have stayed?
At least finish out your contract.
Yeah, but opportunities come and go, right?
Yeah,
but
I get it.
But what if
I get it?
Then the next college will be like, hey, he passed up $5 million, man. I don't know if he's that person that's you can buy him. And they went undefeated too, so he did what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, I mean, like, he definitely did. He did good. I'm not taking away from that, but like, especially if I was a parent of one of those kids, and I was like, yo, I convinced my kid to go to this school. You and your team said, trust me, whoopity whoop whoop whoop. I'm gonna look out for your kid.
Let me ask you this: what if he went to Colorado State and only recruited Black people?
Well, then that's fire. But I mean, like,
then they get more coverage.
He recruits a lot of Black people anyway. I mean, like, I feel like football, like the sports, recruit Black kids anyway.
No.
That's not like an issue. Like, it's not. We don't have enough Black athletes, student athletes.
Kid Clip says, "Now Prime gave them more publicity, recruits, and made them championship champs. He did his job to a T. Now he has a better opportunity for himself as a coach, and financially better for his family. People say Prime as a sellout. That's saying Prime a sellout, and they ain't never did a damn thing for HBCU in their entire life. Since you've been an HBCU alumni to us, what have you done for the?"
The same thing I did for my PWI.
What is that?
Nothing. I'm still paying student
Yeah,
loans
it's funny. It is difficult to be like, hey, what you gonna do for your high school? For high school? What?
No, and I say that because I'm still paying my student loans back.
I'm doing.
Let me wrap up these loans real quick, and I got you.
Right.
Howard Film, I got you.
I'm paying y'all.
But until then,
so the folks in the comment section, do y'all believe he's a sellout? Yes or no? Just kind of give a thumbs up, yes or no.
I think sellout's harsh. Like, I feel like people got to make business moves for themselves.
Let me ask you this: let's say that you know what happened with Fubu, For Us By Us, right?
Mhm.
They end up selling
What's
to
that?
a white company.
Oh, I think I knew that. Or they just went under. They sold to white people.
No, they sold that.
Guess
They
what?
what?
I got some Fubu. I bought some recently.
I think he might have bought it back.
Okay. I was
I
like, dang, I
think
just bought
I don't
some.
know. I see. I could probably look it up on me, but I would say in the 90s it was 100% by I can't think of his name. I can see his face, the black dude, bald head.
Yeah, the dude on Shark Tank. I can't think of his name too.
Um,
Damien
Yeah,
something.
and he's selling it. It's like everybody's like, this is what it's about. This is $1 billion company. He sold it, and then that's when all those like Fubu Platinums and the 05s start kind of like being very commercial now. That's when like the white people got attached to it.
So I don't think so I know a lot of people get upset, like especially like not Carol's daughter sold Shea Moisture sold a big, to L'Oreal. So it's like no longer a black owned company. But my opinion on like especially businesses selling, that's the whole goal. And especially when it makes you multi-millions, that you could do something else with that money for your community. Like I'm all about like people are like, like we can't have anything for ourselves. L'Oreal owns this. And I know there's a concern about what are they going to put in the hair care products and all this stuff. But I'm like, that's the whole goal, is for a business person to make money.
Right.
And then it's like, what do you do with your money beyond that point? So like the founder of Shea Moisture is still doing like business.
More business.
Yeah, they're doing, and they're also doing like business groups to help incubators, where it helps more women of color create their own businesses and get into the stores and mentorship and stuff like that. So I'm never going to be the one that's going to call you a sellout for selling your company. Like,
what
it's
if
business.
What if it's like Black Lives Matter, the organization? He was like, "Hey, I'm going to start an organization called Black Lives Matter."
So that's different.
Why?
That's different in the sense because that's an activist thing. That that is a organization whose mission is to do work in the community, right? So it's not a for-profit opportunity,
right?
If you will.
But what if somebody's like, I want the rights, a white person, I want the rights to this because I think this is a really good opportunity. With my reach, I can go a lot longer.
Nah, player, come up with something else. Black lives are important.
I'm certain the founder of Black Lives Matter was like, I'm willing to pay you $1 billion for this brand.
And then they like, I sell it and I created another. I don't know.
Another question.
What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
Because I want the attention. I want the smoke. If you were the founder of Black Lives Matter, and then a white person came to you and said, "Hey, I want the brand. I want the rights to Black Lives Matter. I'm willing to pay you $900 million for Black Lives Matter." Would you sell it?
You so messy.
Would you sell it?
How much?
$900 million.
Nah, it's gonna get taxed anyway. I'm good. Damon John, that's his name. I gave this man a whole different name. Damon.
No, I'm talking about the rights though. I know it's not the business, but the rights, as in like T-shirts and like being used in like TV and radio, like.
No, because the thing is, with something of that magnitude, you sell that. You don't know what the person's full intention is. They can do whatever. So you could then, like, they could make disparaging statements against Black Lives Matter, and it's fine because they own Black Lives Matter, and it's like you can't do anything to protect that brand, and now your messaging is down the tube.
You just assume that white person will do that?
I said you don't know.
Right.
I didn't say I assume. I'm saying you no longer can protect that messaging. But the messaging is what's very important.
Are you a sellout if that happens?
You was stupid.
How's that stupid?
Because I think it's almost selfish. So yeah, sellout. Because something like Black Lives Matter, you didn't start for yourself. You started as a movement for the people.
Right.
So when you do something like that, that's kind of like a careless take, but you're like, well, I made a bunch of money. And if you were in it for the money, then you weren't for the people and you was the sellout from the beginning.
But it's been going on for, I would say, what, 9-10 years now, right? Which is like it ran its course. Now it's starting to become,
we wouldn't have the NAACP if people thought like that. NAACP been around since like 1906.
What about Black Panthers? That's still going?
The new ones.
There ain't no more Black Panthers out right now.
There's the new Black Panther Party.
It's called New Black Panther Party?
Yes. Look it up. You know I don't have time to play with you. You know I don't have time to play with you. I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about you, Zup. If you were the ambassador, the owner, the creator of Black Lives Matter, 5, 6, 10 years go by, a white man doing this the whole time. Hey, I'll give you $900 million cash for that brand. I got some good plans for that one. Would you do it?
Would you?
Next question.
He most certainly would.
No, it depends how I feel. Like if I feel like my message.
What would you do?
Listen, if I feel like I've reached the maximum of what I can do, and now my organization is falling apart, like MySpace, it was like I did what I came here to do. It's like, okay, now I got to sell this month because it's all over the place. Yes, I would sell it.
See, your thing is you don't know the difference between a business and like a not-for-profit, non-governmental organization.
Listen, I understand that it's a nonprofit org. I understand that. What I'm saying is the name, the brand, it's becoming so tarnished now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's falling apart, but people are making it into a parody now. Like they're making fun of it now. So I'm not saying how long it's gonna last. I wouldn't give another 5 years.
But
it's still a movement. Yes, it still matters. It makes it. But when you hear BLM, you hear it as an organization versus the message now.
So I guess what I'm saying is like if you think about the civil rights period, right, in the 1960s, there was all these organizations that a lot of people. I don't even know if they're super active today or if, if they're still some of these. I don't think they're still around. So you had the student nonviolent group, the SNCC. You had SLIC. You had CORE, NAACP, and there's one more. And so these are groups that all work to the different entities, but their names, like they might have had a moment in the sunshine. Like they might have worked for like 10 summers but we still have these names in the history books.
Right.
So something that's as relevant as that for history books is what I'm saying. Like you don't get sloppy and then just sell it. Like
it's still in the history books. Black Lives Matter is not going.
But then the trajectory of it, and then after that, they sold it. They sold the rights to the name and yada yada yada. Like that's still for the history books. It's like they had something great and then they sold it for profit. It sounds like the story of America.
But it's also one of those things that you can just kind of branch off and do something else.
I guess so.
And then when you sell it, you can kind of be like, yes, but now we're still standing now. As in, because the people have took the name of it and then kind of made it in a direction we didn't want to go anymore. So now we're being more direct by calling it this.
No. So you don't want the licensing? Say again, Spacey. Of course I'd sell. I don't anyone. It's me and my family at the end of the day. And that's why Zoop is not leading any of these organizations. He is no Malcolm X right now, I tell you. I think licensing is fine, but then like when you do licensing, you have certain rules and accommodated with it. Like you can't show our image this way. Licensing would be fine, I think, because you could still own or dictate how they can show your name and what they can use it with. But just flat out selling it, I think, is not the move.
Speaking of licensing, licensing. Say it, Tola.
Licensing.
Licensing.
Licensing. Licensing.
It's a tongue twister, right?
Licensing.
Why you keep leaning over? Licensing.
Licensing.
Licensing. Speaking of licensing, Apple products. If you ever seen Apple products in a movie and TV show, this is gonna ruin a lot of movies for you. It's gonna ruin a lot of movies for you.
Standard Dion.
So if you don't,
Spoiler alert.
if you don't care, if you care, step away. Apple products. If you see somebody with an iPhone or an iMac or a MacBook, they will never be the villain. So if you're watching a thriller, if you're watching a horror film, you wonder like who's going to be the killer. If they have an iPhone or a MacBook or iComputer, they will never be the villain.
They only cover the Apple if they didn't get the rights to it, like if it's not approved. If it's fully approved to be like product placement or placed into the film, then you'll see the Apple. But if they did not, it will turn into an orange.
Yeah. Or it just fill up the whole circle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was watching the movie and I was like, it could be her. She opened the laptop. I was like, okay, never mind. Yeah, and
they gave it away.
They gave it away. It's like, let me take a look. And I was like, it's clearly you. Open the laptop. I was like, oh, she's not a villain.
Yeah, Sass be messing up movies like that.
Yeah, I found that out on a panel. I don't think it's public knowledge, but I remember somebody on the panel saying they said exactly how I said it. Like, hey, if you guys want to know a little cheat code when it comes to thrillers and mystery, this is how you do this. Apple is always looking to move its main production out of China, so villains only use Androids, guys. No, they will. Villains, or they don't have phones. They just want to give them phones, or they will cover up the Apple logo. If you see the Apple advertisement whatsoever,
I'm a villain.
You're Xing out that person as a antagonist. Is that in the contract or something? Is that a fact? Apple can't be villains. Yeah, it's 100%. It's 100% fact. Yeah, I don't know. You know, people have weird So Apple has this thing of like, don't make us look in any negative
light.
Yeah. So if you're a villain, that's making them look into a negative light.
So Zup had mentioned China, and I just want to nerd out real quick.
Nerd out
just a little bit. It's not full nerdy. So I don't know if you know, like China has been under like crazy pandemic restrictions still, and to the point where it's like if one person in your apartment community tests positive for COVID, that whole group, like that whole apartment is shut down. Like they are all in quarantine and they can't go to work and stuff like that. And it's been this way for a while, even if they're vaccinated and all that stuff. And then there's like random check-ins where they have to go and get COVID tested and show their vax card, whatever. The people have had it. Like they are like, this is a mess. And they've been protesting. So there's, nonviolent protests, but enough to like have the city be like, a couple of cities be like, okay, we might be doing too much. We're gonna let y'all relax a bit. Between that and then I don't know if you're paying attention to what's happening in Iran, where the people after like very strict rules, slightly oppressive regime, very oppressive regime that requires women to dress a certain way and not do a lot of things. This young girl was killed for not having her, the words are leaving me, hair covered. Hijab.
Good job.
Not having her hair covered. And so she was killed by the morality police.
You ever heard of Lysistrata?
No, but can I finish my statement?
Keep going.
So basically what I'm saying, so the country has pretty much erupted and has been protesting and is really deadly over there for people because the police are, like arresting people, threatening to kill, basically genocide, whole groups of people for protesting. Lots of kids have been killed. But a study recently came out that said, like in the midst of all these protests, that in history, the most effective form of protest has been the nonviolent type. And so that's why you see groups so quick to like try to quelch these protests.
Quelch.
Or quelch. Yeah, isn't that the word?
That's a great word.
Anyway, like put out these protests. So when you think about all the movements for Black Lives Matters and stuff that happened during George Floyd and in that time period, like since 2015, all the protests that we had, most of them being non-violent, you had some sectors that were violent, it's because I think people were really scared because when you have people ready to actually make change in a non-violent way, it happens. And so a lot of these protests and these things have been like getting smaller and smaller, not allowed to like grow to the point where it can actually affect change.
So thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for letting me nerd
clarity. Yeah, thank you for that clarity. Because you went from China to Iran to protests. So I was trying to see how you can tie it all together. What?
Quell. Thank you. Super.
What did you say?
I said quelch is quell.
Quell out?
Quell. Yeah.
This sounds very, very ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
What am I about to say? That's normal from the LA. When it comes to protests,
mm-hmm.
is it about the media coverage or the people in the people they're protesting to?
How so? Like, what do you mean?
So if it's like, hey, we need higher minimum wage,
mm-hmm.
so we're going to protest to the government building downtown, right? They already made the decision of no, $16 is
mm-hmm.
what we're making. By people gathering in front of the government building, it's just like, oh my God. It's like we should now change it. Or is it like, oh, media coverage is here, so we should.
It's a lot. It's
what is it about?
It's multifold. It's causing a disturbance that's going to get more eyes on this situation.
Mm-hmm.
What are these people protesting about? Minimum wage? Well, what is the minimum wage? So that happens through news coverage. When you get the news
mm-hmm.
engaged and you start hearing stories, and then it starts a conversation and people start talking.
Mm-hmm.
It also disrupts. Like now it's not easy for these people to get to work. You might be at these people's houses. Like it's just making it really uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're forcing the conversation. So somebody inside City Hall could then be like, or the House of Representatives will be like, well, the people that voted for me are currently protesting and they are unhappy with this.
Mm-hmm.
So me as the representative, I'm going to say, let's put a bill on the floor where we can actually reconsider
mm-hmm.
this minimum wage. So it works in a multifaceted type of way.
Okay.
Yeah.
It would be embarrassing if you do kind of create a protest and like 3 people show up. You're like, are we all coming? Are we all coming? Yeah, we're going to march on down there tomorrow morning.
I feel like that happens often. Have you ever seen like the world's smallest like little protest? It'd be like 5 people with signs, and like it happens. Like there was a bunch of anti-vaxxers. Mm-hmm. I remember driving past like a hospital or something, and there was 5 of them sitting there like with the signs, or like the people who actually go to City Hall to like speak against things. It's not like a bunch of people at City Hall. First of all, because sometimes the meeting's during the daytime, nobody can get off work to do that. I think like in LA, I forget what day of the week, but it's like a morning meeting when the LAPD gives their updates in front of City Hall, or like where town hall where people can come and talk to, and it's like, who is going?
Right.
I have a whole job. Like
And that's why my minimum wage sucks. So I think I should quit. Yeah.
Off topic, but that hair unit sketch y'all posted recently was hilarious.
Yay. Thank you. That was an old but goodie. We did that what was it? Almost a year and a half ago. Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that Twilla can act. She comes from the acting Caucasus Mountains.
Nope. I did not do that. I come from theater school.
Yeah. She can act, yo.
That's how we met.
Yeah, we met at church in the theater department. A lot of people know that.
Now y'all do.
And I was a writer for the young adults. And then after church, we and a couple others was like, yo, we should create some content together. Twilla was like, I got the pool on the location. I'm really good at producing stuff. I have a bunch of friends I can cast. I was like, I got friends too. Two of my favorite friends, I cast this with my friends Dominique and Nancy as the main character.
I forgot Dominique was in it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Dominique and Nancy.
That's funny.
Our first sketch we ever did together was called Boom Operator.
Boom Operator.
And it's on YouTube. Our very first sketch we did together was Boom Operator. It is now watched. I was like, oh, this is trash. It was a great idea, but it just felt long. I should post it. No?
It was long.
It just like, and then we went to it was your house or Lori's house?
My house.
With the
My house.
It was a short film down there. It was a short film.
Yeah.
It could have been a 1 minute sketch, but we dragged that mug out to like 15 minutes.
No son of mine was Steve Harvey himself.
Who said that?
Moyo.
Oh yeah, buddy. Thank you, Moyo.
It's talking about small protest. Spicy said that happened in Boston in 2019 or so. The counter protesters outnumbered the protesters. Oh man, that sucks. You was up all night the night before doing the posters.
You know, it's funny. What if you go to Kinko's and get some like? What if you went to Kinko's and it was like, you know, hey, excuse me, sir, can you print this out right here? We want exactly like this. We want this in like a 20 by 36. And it's a black guy like, black people are frauds. You want me to print this out? It's like, yeah, I'm willing to pay you extra. Get it expeditiously, if you will. Would you?
Nope. I'd be like, hey, Scott, you got to come do this.
You got to come. He wild.
I'm not doing this.
Yeah. BLM is a fraud. Can you print this out, sir? You know I'm a part of the Black Lives Matter. I'm not talking about the Black Lives. I'm talking about BLM, the organization. I'm not talking about Black Lives. I'm saying the Black Lives.
Why are you talking like Donald Trump? Oh my gosh.
Fifi's in here.
You said that, and that made me remember a court case that's currently being heard, but I won't nerd out yet. I won't do it. I'll wait.
You about to do it.
I'm gonna wait. It's really interesting.
It's a court case.
It's a court case that the Supreme Court might hear soon.
Can y'all please encourage Twilla to do her own podcast?
It's coming. I'm already working on it.
Yeah, please encourage Twilla.
Thriving and surviving in LA.
Please encourage Twilla to do more political content on her Instagram. She used to have this thing called Sweet Tea and Sass.
What?
If y'all go back, if y'all just type in Sweet Tea and Sass, Twilla was on it. She was on it like every week. She was on it. Great content. She would write it, produce it.
But my editor quit on me, so I had to quit too.
Hey, I was flexing. Y'all want
to hear it? Oh gosh, you're gonna make me do it.
Y'all gonna make me do it.
So, you remember there was a case back in the day about the bakers who did not want to bake a cake for the same-sex couple.
Oh yes.
Okay, so this is coming out of California, where
You gotta explain it to him. You gotta explain it to.
I'm gonna go through this case. So in this particular case in Colorado, it's a website designer who also does not want to do a wedding website for same-sex couple, and they're saying, well, because you're rendering a service, like you have to extend that same service to everybody. And she's like, well, this is my art. So now you're trying to make my art dictate something that I do not believe in. And so right now the courts are like, well, what if this was like an interracial couple? If you didn't believe in an interracial couple, would you say that you can't create, like you don't deserve to be able to, shouldn't have to be able to create a wedding website for the race, like the interracial couple? Where is the line drawn? Like, or if somebody says, well, my picture company only does stuff like we honor photos from like the Victorian period, which shows rich and wealthy families. So we only want to display the certain people on our website, like all white people. Are you like, do you have to, if you don't feel like that's the actual way or the thing that you should support, are you saying that you can uphold this, or that this company has to then show black people? Like, what is the line?
Right.
Where do you draw a line for your art? Or, like if a Jewish person was like, I want to take a photo for my JDate, which is a Jewish dating site, my JDate photo, and I only want a Jewish photographer to take my picture, is that then saying, like, is that discriminatory? Like, how do you define discriminatory when it comes to a person's art?
Right.
And so there's two different sides. It's really interesting that this conversation is happening. So it's basically two different sides, and it's going back to saying, well, if that couple didn't want to make that cake, like people are thinking they can use this court case about the cake as
art.
Yeah, the cake is art, and then not as a service. But like the lawyer against it is saying, like if you have a business, then, and you have the right to sell a service, but you have to make that service available to everyone.
Yeah.
And so it's,
but everyone has the right to not.
You don't have the right to discriminate.
Well, that's their fault for telling them the reason why. That was their fault for saying, hey, I would love to, but you're gay. And I don't serve gay people. That was their fault. That was this ignorant knowledge to not, I mean, you should never do that.
Mm-hmm. You think they should cover up better and be like, oh, my plate's full.
Yeah.
But then I feel like eventually you get found out.
I mean, so if it's something that you don't believe in, because for the religion purposes, right? If it was a person who was an atheist and they wanted to use the space for they want to sacrifice and do a seance.
Atheists don't do all that because they don't believe in nothing.
Well, I'm sorry. A Satanist.
Okay.
A Satanist. Is that his religion? Okay. A Satanist is, hey, we have a great idea. We got dragging some cats for this. We got to sacrifice some kittens.
Actually, you cannot sacrifice animals in our loft or our space. That's ridiculous.
Well, I guess we can sacrifice the cats for the actual seance. We have a seance coming up, in a couple hours. We got about like 15 people coming in here, with candles, and we're gonna be in the space to kind of.
Oh, candles. We have issues with wax.
No, they're actual like electric candles.
Electric candles.
Yes,
that's a lot of wattage.
No, it's the batteries.
Batteries.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, should have said that. Yeah, and there will be no pets.
No,
no
cats. It's more like dolls it's for YouTube.
It's dolls. Okay,
but we're definitely doing the seance. We're definitely doing the seance. But we're for
okay,
the
what day?
We're doing it on the 7th.
The 7th.
I already checked the website. You guys are wide open.
Well, actually, one of our big clients just reached out to me right before you called to see if she could use that day.
We already booked on the website, so is it? I don't understand.
But you haven't paid yet. You're fine.
Hey Earl, have you paid? Yeah, he said he paid already. So we're in there. So I mean, can you like an assistant come in to kind of let us in or something?
I'm sorry. What's the purpose of this?
We're sacrificing for YouTube. We're sacrificing. We're going to do a seance for we check out our YouTube. We can get y'all a lot of exposure.
There's a bunch of like, and I don't judge. I believe in the freedom of religion. There's a lot of pentagrams on here.
Yeah,
and I'm very uncomfortable.
You see the Baphomet?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We about to kill him. Every single space we shoot at, the numbers go sky high. All right. So I'm letting you know, prepare for the clientele, because right after we shoot at your spot, a slew of people are going to come right after.
All right.
Same safety.
Well, let me talk to my pastor first. Let me see just spiritual guidance.
Can you supervise?
I just want to get spiritual guidance. See if my pastor's available and see if I have an extra thing of anointed oil.
What's happening over here?
And if that can happen, you are good for that day. My pastor will let you in. Call Stephanie. Stephanie would be.
But that's discriminatory.
Discriminatory. Yeah. It's a religious. Yep, it sure is.
Yeah. So Mo said nope. No, because you can't discriminate against religion. That's against the law, right?
Yeah.
So we don't want the expense of hiring ServPro for cleanup. However, I can recommend someone.
That's good. That's a good one. Good job, Fifi.
Money. You got to figure out a way that you got to figure out a way to get around the fact that this is a religion that you don't want to serve.
Yeah. So you do have the right to refuse to work, but then it's like, what's that basis of the refusal to work? Like, people are asking, what's the slippery slope? Like, I don't want to work. You don't want to work. Can you refuse to work? Can you refuse to work with somebody simply because you don't agree with their stance or as their group, same-sex marriage? But you can't necessarily, it wouldn't fly if you were like, I refuse to work because they're Black. Mm-hmm. Like, that wouldn't fly. You can't say I refuse to work because, like, people would be in an uproar. I refuse to hire you because you're Christian.
Mm-hmm. Right.
There would be
an uproar.
Yeah. So then it's like, where is the line drawn? And that's what the people are talking
Somebody
about.
Somebody come in with like a badger. This is my husband. This
and then be like, badger. Okay.
What, you don't like bestiality?
Have you heard? I'm sorry, this got random. Okay. You said this is my husband, the badger, or whatever. Mm-hmm. There's an actual thing called like play. Like, you could say dog play or kitten play, where one of the people in a relationship like acting like a pet, like to the extremes. Like, this one girl was going to the dog park. Her husband was walking her to the dog park. Like, she was a dog and she would bark and she would wear the ears and she would play with the other puppies. But like, if she likes to sleep in a dog bed and a dog house and all that, it's like dog play or kitten play or whatever people wish they could identify as.
This is when people have way too much sex. They be like, but I like that role play we did yesterday. That was pretty cool. You kind of like, dangled off the wall. I like that.
So like this girl was doing it before.
You sure?
Yeah.
Before. And that's how they met each other.
So in this,
okay,
y'all, let's blame my sister because she watches the most random stuff.
Are you familiar with furries?
No.
Okay, keep going.
But pretty much, the girl was like, as a kid, always, I loved to pretend like I was a dog. I loved being a dog. I just loved it. It made me happy. As an adult, the same thing. When I met my boyfriend, I wasn't sure how he would take it. But I did wait to the right time and said, it's kind of like slowly introducing, like, I like to do this. Like, what if you use the leash, or that sort of thing.
Can you please read what Spicy just said?
Oh Lord. Gotta add on an additional exorcism fee.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta add on an extra exorcism because we are a praying
Facts.
studio. We are highly. That's so funny.
That comes back, y'all. Like that setup, that reasoning, that situation that you gave.
Mhm.
I don't mess with like scary horror movies. Because I'm like, okay, y'all playing with the occult. Y'all gonna open something up, and I'm not trying to be part of that.
Yeah.
I'm a scaredy cat that way.
Yeah.
Like I believe it enough. Like I believe there's those other worlds that I don't want to be introduced to. So y'all go ahead and open that door. I would never go to the studio again. Like if Dion was like, hey, I booked it. I know you feel a certain way about it, and I'd be like, cool. I'm never going there again.
You know the funny thing is? The funny thing is, people don't need to tell us what they're doing.
Yeah.
So imagine if they said it's a real quick shoot, about 5 of us. We just kind of do like a little chant, just kind of like a support group. Okay, cool. And then I was looking in the review in the Ring camera. I'm like, what the hell is this? You see them all doing like holding hands like this. It sound like the Chucky chant. Abele ke pumbela. Yeah, that'd be terrifying. I'm like, you hear me on the Ring camera? Excuse me. Hello?
The blood of Jesus. The blood of Jesus.
Oh, he's here. Lucifer is speaking to us. No.
Because it do sound real demonic when you speak on that Ring camera.
Like, nope. You hear Kurt Franklin playing in the background.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You know what I'd do?
Yeah.
I'd be like, Dr. J, I need you to Dr. McAllister, just come in real quick.
Mm-hmm. What?
Fix this.
Well, you know what I hate about horror movies is...
It sounds like you said horror.
I'm sticking with it.
Okay.
That's what I said.
That's what you said.
We need to have a horror genre. Just a horror genre. It's a whole bunch of horrors. A whole bunch of thoughts. What I hate about horror movies is... And I know the director does this on purpose because they want us to feel helpless. You see like the creature or somebody from the back, either like they're facing towards a wall, just not moving. They're in like a weird position like this. And like, Jack? And they walk towards Jack. Jack, you okay? He's just like that. And then they're like this. Jack! What are you doing? And they slowly put the hand on the person. Like, why? If the person is not moving.
You know what's so funny? We make freaking movies.
Yes.
Right?
I know.
And we know it and we get it.
Yeah.
As much as I hate scary movies, I know exactly what they're doing. Like, I know when the music is supposed to come in.
Right.
I know. And I know that, if I stop suspending this disbelief, or it's suspended disbelief, so if I just like use my common sense, but it's the way that like music works together and sound effects work together and then camera angles, it was beautiful and makes us fall in love with film, but it still terrifies the mess out of me.
My all-time favorite, and I hope y'all can relate to this, is like you see it in the movies, you'll see like it'd be like a creature like it'd be like a Jack. He like Jack, you okay? It's like, no, Jack. What? Why are you reaching?
Oh, Jack clearly is about to take you out. Oh my gosh. Wow.
The slow turnaround. I gotta do a sketch of that.
That's funny.
You see we're gonna do a sketch.
I don't know how much time we had on that. I forgot.
Yeah, when the numbers stop.
Oh, when they stop?
Yep.
Do we say goodbye or just keep
going? We should go ahead. How long have we been on?
We've been on here for an hour and so.
Okay, we should
Okay.
wrap that thing up then.
Was this a random ass convo or what?
Thank y'all for chiming
Thank y'all.
in, man. Yeah, I know this is mad last minute, but I appreciate y'all for coming in. We trying to block shoot because I will not be here
next weekend.
And
then the following weekend, well, this weekend, and then next weekend,
you be gone.
I'll be gone.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to shoot a bunch of stuff to kind of keep y'all entertained. For the other people, you guys already seen the live, so you guys are part of the content. But thank y'all, man.
Thank y'all. If you are watching this and you did not get to catch us on live, that means you probably didn't hit that notification bell.
Yeah.
So hit that notification bell so you know when we go live and you can partake with the gang because they be adding half the content.
Part tipper tack scabber.
And that too.
Part dipper tax scabber. If you please like, subscribe, comment, be a part of the comment section, the conversation.
Yeah, man.
Follow us both on Instagram. Dion Lack and
Lactose.
The Lactose page.
Yeah, man.
If you're in Los Angeles and you want to start a podcast, please comment, DM LTE Studios or Lactose ENT and ask us about our rates. And let's upgrade your content.
Upgrade you. All right, Moyo's about to go to bed. Yeah. Good night. Y'all, did y'all watch what's that show? SNL with Keke Palmer.
I really love Keke, man.
She's hilarious.
All of a sudden, Keke became attracted to me.
I mean, she just got grown.
Yeah. I was like, when did Keke become the homie? I always thought her like a little sister.
Yeah, I still look at her as a little sister. But I was saying that because there's the one sketch, the cuffing season sketch.
Oh, yes.
With the if you are in the Thusky crew, if you understand Thusky, you should watch that video. Yes.
Go to SNL on YouTube and look up, I think it's called Big Boy Season.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah. And they got a sketch with Keke Palmer. And that is a new theme song for Thusky season, yo. I'm all in. I'm all in like a doggy bite. I'm all in like a G-string. You want to buy the rights to be funny.
So good night, people. I've definitely enjoyed it.
You get your hand on that?
Yeah. You just heard the reverberate?
Yeah.
Taking that right off. Y'all see the
brown my Thusky shirt. Hey, what type of shirt you get, Moyo?
Did you send us your info, Moyo?
Yeah, Spicy, did you get your gift in the mail?
Zoop, you also need to send me your information. Anybody who won something off of what's the show? Did you know about that? You should have received or be receiving your first portion of your gift. Let us know what you want for the second portion of your gift. If you have the gift, you know what I'm talking about. Hit me up. Don't hit up Dion. Hit me up or hit up Lactose so we can gather your sizes.
I'm gonna do the Iced Tea New Jack City challenge. You familiar with this?
Yeah. Wait, what info do you need from me? Which Thusky shirt do you want and what size do you need? Moyo wants a tank top. Which style? Just send me your styles that you want, the size and the color, so we can get that to you.
Yep.
Or I'll just choose which one you get. It's like somebody's mama. I'll just choose what you get, and you be happy with it. Oh, you bought it before you knew about the free shirt? Oh, that's what's up. Tell me if you want something else. Just tell me if you want something else, girl.
You whispered it.
Call me. Tell me what you want.
So here's my challenge. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. Everyone, the Daddy Issues crew are doing the New Jack City challenge. The Iced Tea line. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
I want to shoot you so bad. Whoo, my dick is hard. How do you feel about that? That's good.
That's good.
That was believable. Was that believable? They said you can't make that line work.
You can't.
But did you see it though? I made it make sense.
Uh-huh.
Woo! I want to shoot you so bad. Oh, my dick is hard.
It's just that line.
Yeah, that's why
sucks.
the whole point of it.
Yeah.
But that one worked.
He was all right.
That worked. I think that one worked. Come on, Mo. But that was dope, right? That was the one. That was the one. Yep, they just told me it was the one. They told me it was the one.
Yeah, that was wild. That line never works.
It worked. I think that one worked because it's like, oh, I want to shoot you so bad. My dick is hard. That's how you make it work. The blood was rushing like I'm.
I understand what you're trying to do. I think it's just the line. It's a bad line.
It's a bad line, but you got to make it work.
But I feel like as an actor, right? Your job is to make the words come to life, right? And to pull it off. But if you don't have like a great blueprint, it's really hard to make that thing a masterpiece.
Pun intended. That wasn't the one, Chief. Come on, Kid Clip for me. Yep. You are not the boss of me, Kid Clip. Oh, she responds to you, but she'll respond to me. Cool. I don't like Lane.
Lane's my boo.
I should take a picture of y'all texting. I literally text her and said, "Hey, what up, girl? I ain't talked to you in a long time." She going back and forth with Twills.
With who?
With Twills.
I was like, who you talking to?
Lane. Yikes. Scary stuff there.
It's an awful line. Yep.
Pun intended, Kid Clip. All right, y'all. We are out of here.
We are.
So much.
We really do appreciate you. Y'all have found y'all's way into conversations in everyday life. So
yeah.
Y'all are fans.
This is random. I have to say this. If everybody took antibiotics, you know how we had to take, but we didn't have to. But if everybody took antibiotics, shouldn't all the STDs be eradicated?
Not necessarily. You know why?
Why?
Because diseases and things, bacteria can evolve and outsmart certain things. So it wouldn't necessarily get rid of everything. And not all bacteria can be killed that easily.
Well, why don't you get a concoction of all the things that can kill all STDs and colds and flus? Like a
you know how we have a whole COVID vaccine, and now the vaccines aren't that effective. Yeah.
Well, at least they'll get rid of a lot of them.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if that's the thing.
All right, why am I still going?
Yeah.
How long was time? How much time did we?
Because you said 50 minutes. So
I said 51 minutes, but that one right here says an hour and 11. Viruses don't work like that. Viruses, 1 minute? That's crazy. Viruses don't work like bacteria, Deanna. Help me! Antibiotics are formulated from fungi. Sent it through to you on the DM. Zup, did you get? Huh? She got it. You got it.
I heard something.
So, Zup, did you get your gift in the mail?
It should be there.
Oh, his takes longer.
I think they said it was gonna be a week.
A week.
It's been a week. I feel like maybe a week tomorrow. A week tomorrow, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, y'all. Does antibiotic turn off birth control? Woo. What happens if a man takes the pill?
Nothing.
Huh?
Nothing.
Nothing? Nope, I haven't gotten anything yet. Well, it's there. Spicy. Yours there, right? Antibiotics overused would lose its effect. No, I'm not talking about back to back. I'm talking about like if everyone took. I'm just saying like this. If I don't know the numbers of STDs or viruses or bacterias, but if it was a requirement for everyone who is sexually active, I would say. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a way so it's not so slavey, sexually active. Hey, just take this for precautionary. You eradicate a lot of the STDs. And now it'd be more freer. Damn, Twiz, you couldn't wait?
No. Mind the conversation.
Moyo got hers. Cool. Yay. Hey man, we out, yo. Love y'all. We about to make some bad decisions with our diet.
You already started.